After transmigrating into a book, I applied for the position of the CEO's secretary at James Group. The character setup for this supporting role is quite impressive. Despite some questionable morals, her qualifications are top-notch, allowing me to pass through multiple rounds of interviews and secure the position of the CEO's secretary. So, here I am. The previous secretary hurriedly ushered me in before rushing off to pack her things. I knew she was leaving because James had a notoriously difficult temperament, and no secretary had lasted a full year with him. This gave me the opportunity to get close to him.
Have you worked as a secretary before?
I knew I had to give a convincing answer.
I used to work at Williams Group, but I left because the salary was too low.
I wasn't lying. The original character had just graduated and was placed in the company by her father. The low salary was true, her father didn't pay her at all. Eventually, she got bored and left. James listened to me without a word, just staring. Just when I thought he might recognize me as the Williams heiress, I noticed something on his left shoulder. It was a chibi version of James, identical to him in every detail, right down to the mole on his nose. The only difference was that the features were more youthful. Dressed in a tiny suit, with a head and body proportion of 50-50, his chubby little face was incredibly cute. Mini James conjured up a tiny desk, stretching his short legs onto it, looking extremely arrogant.
Ha ha ha, of course. The Williams Group is a dump with low salaries. Lucky for you, girl, you came to James Group. I've got money. I'll pay you.
The voice was childish but annoyingly smug. As he spoke, he somehow produced a toy gun, shooting out $100 bills into the air. I rubbed my eyes gently and saw the little figure still there, with that arrogant laughter ringing in my ears. Could this be the golden finger granted by the transmigration deity, allowing me to hear James's inner thoughts, complete with a visual performance? Ha ha ha, who would have thought that the domineering CEO from the original novel had such a narcissistic and amusing inner world? Looking at the full-size James, he still maintained a business-like demeanor, his deep voice instructing me.
Go report to HR.
Obediently, I went to HR to get my ID badge and then returned to the CEO's office. James was engrossed in his work, and even the little figure on his shoulder was busy writing, occasionally tearing up contracts in a frenzy or lying on the desk in a slump. So, even the CEO doesn't want to work, huh? I felt an instant sense of balance. I've been at James Group for almost a week now, and I've been nothing but diligent and attentive around James. Whenever he seems thirsty, I promptly bring him a glass of water at the perfect temperature before he even asks. When he looks hungry, I dash to the cafeteria in my high heels to get him a meal. If he so much as mentions feeling tired, I'm ready to give him a shoulder and leg massage. Even the most dedicated servants would bow to me in admiration. As expected, James is very pleased with me. Rumor has it that I'm the longest-serving secretary he's ever had. Thank you, Lucky Charm. Thank you, little James.
Secretary Williams, are you free this evening?
The first thing James asked when he called me over was if I was free tonight. I was a bit taken aback. Why would he ask me that? But then I saw the little James in my mind's eye trying on outfits in a wardrobe.
President, what can I do for you?
There's a banquet tonight, and I'd like to invite you to be my date. Consider it overtime.
Overtime, with pay. Unlike that cheapskate at Williams Group. Little James was trying on ties and boasting. Good thing I'm not the original character, otherwise, I'd be furious hearing James call my family poor.
I do have time. It would be an honor to accompany you to the banquet.
Flattery always works. During this time, I've shamelessly praised him in every way possible. James doesn't show much reaction on the surface, but little James is thrilled, constantly praising my insight and potential, promising that I'll make a fortune with him. Humph, pretentious man. I'm not hoping to get rich. I just wish that when the weather gets cold, you, big brother, would buy a warm coat and not threaten to bankrupt my family. James and Anna attended the evening banquet together, causing quite a stir. It wasn't their looks but rather Anna's boldness that drew attention. She attended the event with the face of the original character, leading to rumors about the CEO of James Group dating the heiress of Williams Group.
Anna, you know rumors are flying about us, right?
Yes, I know. I attended as your secretary, but my family's reputation seems to overshadow that.
Anna glanced at James, worried he might fire her upon discovering her true identity. James remained outwardly calm, but the chibi version of him on his shoulder was nearly in tears.
Ah, you wicked woman. What are you here for? Are you here to steal company secrets?
A chibi version of Anna Williams appeared, shaking Anna by the shoulders and crying out in anguish.
Rest assured, Mr. James, I'm definitely not here to steal company secrets. I came because I couldn't get any real experience at my own company. Everyone there is afraid of me and lets me have my way. I heard you're renowned for your strong work ethic, so I thought I'd come to James Group to learn.
I know.
Anna pouted. Despite being nearly in tears, James still pretended to be calm. The chibi James finally stopped shaking Anna and patted her shoulder.
I can understand your admiration for me and your desire to get close to your idol, but don't scare me like that again, okay?
Suddenly, the chibi James donned a detective outfit.
Anna Williams, do you like me? Is that why you came to James Group, to get close to me?
As he analyzed her motives, Anna was so engrossed in watching the chibi James that she didn't realize she was staring straight at the real James, nor did she notice his ears gradually turning red.
James, what a coincidence. I didn't expect to see you here.
A woman in a light, white evening gown approached James gracefully. It was the original novel's female lead, Sophia Carter.
Who is this? Why is she calling me brother right off the bat? Oh, I remember now. She seems to be an artist I personally signed. My judgment is indeed excellent.
The chibi James scrutinized Sophia closely, finally recalling that she was an artist under his company.
James, a group of bosses over there wants to invite me for a drink, but
James, understanding her plea for help, followed Sophia. Anna, anxious, hurriedly followed them, hoping to stop her father from making a scene at the banquet.
Dad, what are you doing? Why aren't you with Uncle Lee and the others?
They took a liking to a little star, said she was from James Group. I wouldn't go, I wouldn't embarrass my future son-in-law.
Dad, you really need to stop being so handsy. You have money and looks, plenty of young stars would love to be with you. We can't do anything inappropriate, and don't even think about touching the little star next to James. We can't afford to offend him.
Got it, honey. I'll do whatever you say.
Suddenly, a sound of something being smashed came from James's direction. An obstinate middle-aged man was pointing at James, shouting insults.
How dare you insult me? You're finished. Your family is doomed.
Anna approached Uncle Lee, who had been drinking.
Uncle Lee, have you been drinking again?
Anna, you're getting prettier. Are you here with your dad?
No, I'm here with my boyfriend.
Boyfriend? Who is he? Bring him over, so Uncle Lee can take a look.
Anna linked arms with James and walked over to Victor Lee. James didn't resist.
Uncle, this is my boyfriend, James. For my sake, please don't argue. You're the elder here, so please take care of us.
Some smart people around Victor Lee immediately pulled him away, taking the hint. Anna turned to look at James, trying to gauge if he was angry, but couldn't tell.
He said I'm his boyfriend. Does he want to marry me? But I can't marry him, even though he's good-looking, smart, and has a warm smile.
Back at the company, rumors spread that Anna had a crush on James, fueling gossip even more.
Anna Williams, accompany me on a business trip to Look County tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Upon arriving in Look County, James went straight to his grandfather's house.
Grandpa!
To Anna's surprise, it was a simple rural house with a vegetable garden.
Titan, you've come to see Grandpa.
Anna nearly choked on her own saliva.
Titan?
The chibi James started digging a hole with a small shovel, preparing to bury himself.
I swear I wasn't laughing at Titan, I was laughing at the chibi James. I'm innocent.
James, is this your girlfriend?
Secretary.
Secretary.
Both spoke simultaneously, but Anna's voice was louder.
Anna Williams, what do you mean by shouting so loudly? You obviously like me and secretly approached me.
Anna stepped forward and introduced herself to Grandpa James.
Grandpa, my name is Anna Williams, and I'm Mr. James's secretary.
Anna Williams? Is your grandfather Henry Williams?
Anna nodded dumbfoundedly.
So it's you, little girl. You've grown so much over the years. James, do you remember Anna? She set our haystack on fire during New Year's and pinned you to the ground.
James spoke earnestly, trying to cover up the past event.
I don't remember. Grandpa, you're talking about things from so long ago. How could I possibly remember?
As James recalled, a scene from his childhood appeared around the chibi James.
So that little troublemaker who set the fire and beat me up was you? I thought it was a boy.
Despite the awkward past, Anna felt she could handle it. The project in Lixian faced severe issues, primarily due to the actions of the person in charge. This individual had embezzled a significant amount of money allocated by the James Group.
How could someone be so reckless? The contractors were left with barely anything.
As a result, they had to purchase substandard materials, compromising worker safety. An accident occurred where a worker fell from the building and became severely paralyzed.
This is unacceptable. We demand justice.
The worker's family caused a commotion, halting the project for a thorough review. James arrived with a firm hand, identifying the corrupt individual and bringing a substantial compensation package to the injured worker.
We will ensure the victim's welfare. You have my word.
Witnessing James's serious demeanor, it was impossible not to feel moved. However, he is the protagonist, meant for the heroine, while I am merely the villainous supporting character. With the work in Lixian nearly complete, James and I planned to return to City A. Grandpa James insisted on personally buying groceries and cooking for us before we left.
Let's go to the market. I'll cook a feast for you both.
Lixian is a second-tier city with a slow pace of life. We followed Grandpa James, carrying large bags.
My grandson and granddaughter-in-law are with me today.
I tried to correct him but eventually gave up, secretly feeling happy hearing people praise James and me as a perfect match. The market was bustling, and in a moment of distraction, I lost sight of James.
James.
Suddenly, someone covered my mouth with a cloth, and a strong medicinal smell hit me. I felt my head go heavy, my vision darkened, and I lost consciousness. When I opened my eyes again, I found myself tied up in an abandoned factory, with occasional dog barks in the distance.
Cousin, are you sure kidnapping this woman will work? Her father, David Williams, is not someone to mess with.
Shut up! James left me no way out, so don't blame me for being ruthless.
I recognized the second voice as Lin Peng, the former project manager James had fired. The other must be his cousin, John Young. Hearing their approaching footsteps, I quickly closed my eyes and pretended to be unconscious.
Stop pretending. Your eyelids are twitching like crazy.
Michael Lee untied my hands, took out my phone, and signaled me to unlock it and call James.
Call James. I want 10 million and a car.
The phone rang twice before James answered.
Anna, where are you? Are you safe?
This was the first time James called me Anna, and it made my heart flutter.
James, this is Michael Lee. Your girlfriend is with me. Prepare 10 million and a car. I'll be waiting at the abandoned factory in Lijiao Village.
I'll give you 20 million. Don't touch a hair on her head.
James's generous offer came through the phone like music to my ears. Michael Lee hung up and turned to look at me.
James treats you well, huh? What if I harm you? Will he go crazy?
As he approached me, trying to undo my clothes, I turned pale with fear. Was I destined to face this fate? I closed my eyes, feeling a sense of despair. Suddenly, I heard a small voice in my ears.
Anna, don't be afraid. I'm coming to save you.
I thought I was hallucinating until I saw a small James driving frantically on the road, his face full of worry. James, I can feel your concern. The tension in the abandoned factory was palpable. Michael Lee stood over Anna, wrestling with his decision.
Michael Lee, think carefully. If you leave me alone, you can take James 2 million and live a peaceful life anywhere in the world. But if you harm me, neither our Williams family nor James will let you off. Michael Lee, you're a smart man. I believe you know what's best for you.
John Young, Michael's cousin, looked nervous. He glanced at Anna and tried to reason with Michael.
Yeah, bro, we're just after the money. Let's not hurt anyone. Besides, bro, James isn't someone to mess with. Look, he's only been in Look County for a few days and already found you out. We can't afford to cross him.
John's words, though well-intentioned, only stirred Michael's anger further.
Damn it, who does James think he is? If I want to hit James' woman, I will.
Michael grabbed Anna's hair, ready to strike her again. Suddenly, the factory door burst open with a loud bang.
Michael Lee, I told you not to lay a finger on him.
James' voice was cold and low, filled with an intensity Anna had never seen before.
Where's the money? I asked you, where's the money?
Tears of pain streamed down Anna's face. James quickly retrieved 2 large bags of money from the trunk and walked towards Michael Lee.
Here's the money. Let him go.
James tossed the car keys to Michael. As Michael dragged Anna towards the car, James pulled her to his side. In a flash, James pressed a remote, and the car keys exploded in Michael's hand. James swiftly subdued both of them and untied Anna's bindings.
Hit me? Pull my hair?
She slapped Michael hard and stepped on his injured hand with her high heel, causing him to scream in agony.
Enough, Anna. The police are on their way.
Anna stopped and turned to look at James. Seeing his disheveled state, she couldn't hold back her tears any longer.
He hit my face and pulled my hair. I was so scared, James. I was afraid I'd never see you again.
Don't be afraid, don't be afraid. I'm here now. I'll take you home.
James held her tighter, and Anna could feel him trembling slightly.
Anna, I was so scared. You don't know how worried I was. Don't leave me again, Anna.
A chibi version of James appeared, hugging Anna and pressing against her cheek, almost drowning in his own tears.
You're such a crybaby.
Despite the turmoil, a small smile crept onto Anna's face as she held James close. The police took Michael Lee and John Young away, and Anna was also sent to the hospital.
Na's father, David Williams, stood with his hands on his hips, angrily scolding James.
James, how could you let this happen to my daughter?
James stood there silently, taking the scolding. Anna's heart ached for him.
Dad, this is a hospital, not our home. Don't disturb the other patients.
Daughter, my precious, quit your job and come home. I have money. I can support you for a lifetime.
Anna resisted the urge to look at James.
All right, Dad, I'll quit and go back with you.
David Williams immediately arranged for someone to buy tickets for the same day. As they were leaving the hospital, James followed them.
Miss Williams, I'll submit my resignation letter to HR when I get back.
Anna turned to get in the car, but James pulled her aside.
Anna Williams.
Yes? Do you need something, Mr. James?
James looked down into Anna's eyes, speaking slowly.
Anna Williams, I like you. Will you be with me?
James's words struck Anna like a thunderbolt. She panicked and didn't answer, turning to get in the car instead. It's been a month since Anna returned to City A, and she hasn't contacted James since. After his confession, he never appeared again. One day, Anna received a call from Lily Carter, a friend from James' group.
Anna, something happened to the boss. Lily, what are you talking about? What do you mean something happened to James? Anna, don't you know? The boss got injured and is in the hospital. I heard he was ambushed. It was Victor Lee's son. He wanted to avenge his father and secretly cut the boss's brake line, causing a car accident.
Anna hurriedly drove to James's house, cursing Victor Lee's entire family and also cursing James. The housekeeper led Anna to James's room. She saw James with a cast on one leg and bandages on his head. She rushed over to check his wounds, feeling relieved when she saw he wasn't in serious danger.
Why didn't you tell me about such a big thing, James? Are you an idiot? How could a big boss like you let a kid cut your brake line?
James lowered his head, not daring to look into Anna's eyes. She heard the voice of the chibi James in her ear.
Ha ha ha, as if a kid could get close to me in City A, dream on. If I didn't pretend to be injured, how could you be willing to see me? You didn't even agree to my confession. Anna, do you not like me anymore?
Anna realized James had tricked her and felt deeply hurt. She punched his leg, making him grimace in pain.
Is it fun to trick me?
Anna started crying loudly. James panicked and clumsily wiped her tears with his bandaged hands.
Anna, don't cry. It breaks my heart when you cry. I was wrong, I was wrong. I'm sorry, I swear I'll never trick you again.
Stupid James, why did you scare me? I had already decided that even if you were paralyzed, I would marry you. If you died, I would never marry anyone else. Why did you scare me?
James, seeing that he couldn't comfort Anna, kissed her lightly. Her crying stopped instantly.
Anna, I apologize.
James went to the study and returned with a pile of folders.
Anna, will you be my girlfriend?
Anna laughed at James's seriousness.
People usually confess with flowers or gifts. But you bring out a bunch of folders. James, you should know I'm not your secretary anymore.
I know, but I don't have any flowers right now. I was planning to buy a diamond ring, but I heard that diamond rings are only for engagements and weddings. I don't want us to move too fast, it wouldn't be fair to you. But I have to give my girlfriend something. These are shares of James Entertainment, James Trading, and a few companies I've developed overseas. The property deeds already have your name on them, and I've signed the share transfer documents. Just waiting for your signature.
Watching James seriously explain each contract, Anna couldn't help but laugh.
I agree to be your girlfriend.
James was stunned, then happily spun Anna around the room before gently putting her down.
Anna, my dear Anna, I want to kiss you.
Anna smiled and kissed James lightly. He deepened the kiss. 5 years later, their son, little Q, ran barefoot to the entrance.
Daddy.
James picked him up and brought him inside. After dinner, they watched cartoons together.
Daddy, why am I called Little Q?
James didn't respond, and Anna covered her ears, hearing the chibi James's voice echo throughout the villa.
Son, your dad doesn't know either. Why are you called Little Q? Is it because your mom has someone else outside? Your dad is just the devoted second male lead, the loyal sidekick, right?
Anna pulled James to the bedroom.
Look at your face, then go downstairs and look at your son's face. Do you think his dad's last name could be Chi?
Wife, you're eavesdropping on my thoughts again. Oof.
It's hard not to hear. You're about to burst my eardrums.
Then let me blow on them for you.
James wrapped his arms around Anna's waist and blew gently on her ear, making her shiver. Just as things grew more intimate.
Daddy, Mommy, come down quickly. Great-grandpa is here to see us.
James's face turned ashen. He vented his frustration by giving Anna several hard kisses before going downstairs. Watching his frustrated back, Anna couldn't help but collapse on the bed, laughing out loud.